Okay, the background graph. I use a 5-ounce charge. It was a P5 roast up until 5 minutes 30 seconds. I switched it to P4. Then at 10 minutes and 30 seconds, I switched it to P3. And at 11 minutes and 30 seconds, I switched it to P2. You can see the big dip in the roar and the dip in the temp as well. This is with the draw fan, so this is my base test or my sample to see what it would do if I turned off the draw fan. So that's the background, the lighter color. That's what you're seeing there. Now for the one that's with the brighter colors, I turned the draw fan off so it never turned on. I unplugged it. Use the same amount for the charge, 5 ounce. Um, you could see that in the roar, instead of dipping, it really took off. It surprised me. I wasn't ready. And I was a little scared actually. I was like, uh-oh, these beans might catch on fire. They took off super fast. And I don't really have what I did for that. I know I dropped it down to like P1. I think I started at P3. I was like, whoa, it's not doing anything. And I went like straight to P1 and you can see it really didn't really do much. And that was probably around the first crack when I did that. So I did it again. Okay, for this graph, I did it again. And the background graph was the one that took off on me and I wasn't ready for. That was my first test with the draw fan off. So this is my second test with the draw fan off. Same thing, charge 5 ounces, same bean. This time I was a little more prepared and I wrote down some things. I hit P4 at 4 minutes and P3 at 8 minutes and 37 seconds. I hit P2 at 10 minutes and 20 seconds. I hit P1 at 10 minutes and 40 seconds. I hit cool for about 20 to 30 seconds towards the end, and I ended the roast at 11:45, right around there, where the shop vac. And I cooled it down in 2 minutes. It takes me 2 minutes to cool down the beans. So you can see still the roar just shoots way up. It's amazing. There's something that turns on. I'll show you in the next graph. And the Baymore that definitely heats up. There's some type of heating element in there. Maybe for the smoke. I really noticed there's a lot more smoke without that draw fan. That's come, in the Baymore and coming out of the Baymore. There's so much more smoke. So let's look at the next graph. Okay, so I used a different bean. That other bean really tends to take off. So if you look at this one, you can see right where like 7 minutes 30 seconds where the roar dips and the temperature dips a little bit. That's with the draw fan coming on. It's a pretty standard roast. I did a P4 at 9 minutes and 50 seconds and P3 at 11 minutes and 30 seconds. And here's the other graph where I did the test. I took the draw fan off. You can really see the rise in the roar right there. So you can clearly see that there's something in the Baymore that causes that roar to shoot up. Because I had a P4 at 7:55, P1 at 8:15, P4 at 8:55, P2 at 9:54, and at 12 minutes 45 seconds cool. So, I mean, you just look at the graphs, you can really see the difference. So I'm not sure yet if having the draw fan on is better or having the draw fan off is better. I still, I think, need to do a little more testing. It's weird that that thing, uh, there's something that turns on, heats up. So I don't know if I need to drop the temp down right before that happens or what, but it definitely seems harder to control the beans at the very end. If you're looking to get more heat out of your roast, then turning the draw fan off definitely seems like you're going to get a lot more heat. So I think it just depends on your roasting style, how big your batch size is. It seems like you can get a larger batch size out of this, but it's really hard to get your beans to coast at the very end. But if you want to get your RDT or your roast development time to a little bit longer, then it seems really hard. The beans just seem to be really hot without that draw fan on. So then again, it just might have to adjust your roasting style to have it cooler, earlier in the roast, and have those beans just use the, I think it's exothermic reaction, where the beans are just, cooking by themselves without any heat source. So I don't know. Let me know what you think.